Hello and welcome. This is episode 2, the continuation of Per Aspera. We are located here, Pavis Mons, Arcia Mons, what have you, in basically the location of Noctis City from the Terraforming Mars board game. Hope you're loving it. We love Valley Marineris. Lake Marineris is a great card in the game. All of these chasms, and then the Noctis little labyrinth that we have here, very cool, feeding out into the water. So this is going to be some nice long-term, you can see these little eye points of interest, long-term, definitely where we want to go and find those things. Though our immediate problem to be self-sustaining is, well, a couple things. First, I have to build more worker points because we want to build more workers, and we won't be building a worker unless we have an open hub for them. And I see that our power is extremely low right now, so we need to up our power, and we're definitely going up here because the next important piece I wanted to tell you is what we need the most is if we scroll out and we're looking for materials. Let me click the scanner. We have no serious deposit. Like, see here, this is a deposit of I guess I forget. It's the silicon and then iron and then like coal and chemical, and we have all these things nearby, but this is the closest aluminum deposit. So anytime we find aluminum on the map, we are very happy and very keen to hook that into our network because it is our smallest deposit and we need it to be better. So we're going to have this solar farm over here. We're going to build a workers dome, so we have a dedicated worker for this area. And once that's set up, we're also going to get the aluminum. So very cool. We honestly, it's probably worth having like a workers dome in between just to help ferry things back and forth because we're getting a little bit more distant at this point. But we're also building something down here, so we're just a little bit low on production overall. Chemicals is lower than I would expect it to be, and I think it's just because we need more units going on. Now here we have the maintenance facility, and similar to the drone construction, the maintenance facility, especially in the core of your base, you gotta high priority that, because without constructing maintenance robots, look at the state of our base. That's all in yellow, some of it's in red, and if we if we can't get this going, then systems are going to shut down on us and we are donezo. So the other thing is the drones, is that your drones are going to retire over time and degrade and break down. So if you're not constantly producing new drones, you're going to grind to a halt in so many ways, where there's going to be so many things to do that one drone at this point would simply not work. The whole system would fall apart if we only had one drone. I'd love to get to producing more drones faster, but I'm not sure that we have we would have to build up all of the facilities, right? We need more electronics, and to get more electronics, we need more not polymers, but we need more like machine parts and iron, and we need like all of these things that build into these chains, right? We need the parts factory, all to get more workers being produced. Just looking at our stockpile, electronics seems to be the thing that's struggling the most, followed by chemicals and like iron. We're just missing iron. So it's hard for us to increase our steel production because we don't have enough actual iron. How are we addressing that right now? Great question. I love questions from the class. We are building a second scanner, and that's going to help us. I'm going to make that high priority for now as well. The build of it, not the operation of it. To make sure that we're still looking out for new deposits. Because if we're looking, yes, we just scanned these, and we did find more aluminum. Great for us. But our aluminum's actually okay. Sorry, aluminum's back here. Aluminum's okay, but we do need more iron. And silicon at this rate. Though I did get another silicon deposit up here as well. So we should be fine. Is this one not even... This one isn't even hooked up, I don't think. In fact, it is definitely not. So we weren't worried about silicon earlier. In fact, I'm only building this because it's so close and local. It's right in our production hub. But, like, really, we're on the lookout for iron And actually, if we go back into scanner, iron is up here, northeast. So we are okay kind of taking a detour from Lake Marineris to go up into this iron. Though we are going to still continue with this scanner down here just to see if there's anything in our local area. So that's good. That's good. Solar farm is building. Did all of these structures finish? They did. We'll get the silicon mine just to make sure that production is healthy. We're up to 9 workers. So that, to me, means I've once again failed. And we want to have more worker hubs in our network. And I'm going to build one knowing that we're planning to go northeast. We want to have more worker hubs in our network to make sure that we're good to go. Like, to make sure that we're always building a new bot. Like, why would we build another drone factory if we're not even utilizing this one to 100% of its potential? We'll put one out here to maintain this chemical plant as well. So that's a lot of new drone hubs, which means our drone maximum is going up. We're going to need more power soon. They are taking more power than I would have expected. But we're happy to keep expanding out here. And I would probably expand down here in the south, but we just know that we need to get all the way up into this area. It's not that far, really. But it will take some work to lug all of those resources there, right? We have to invest. Building power lost. Yeah. We need to get that power up sooner rather than later. So to get that power up, we need to focus our carbon up there. We do have a lot of carbon because we did 2 carbon deposits. So it's going to be fine. It's just a little bit of logistics. Like, how do you get carbon all the way up here? Well, you've got to divert resources to doing those tasks. We could use more aluminum as discussed. Oh, we actually found another aluminum down here. So now I'm a little bit less worried about our aluminum in the short to medium term. This one has 1,300 aluminum. This one here had 700, and this aluminum in our core is down to 400. So this deposit here is worth both of the other ones combined. It's just not as locally situated. So let's keep going aggressive here with these drone hubs. One sucky thing is that we are going to have our structure limit. And not only that, but all of this maintenance that I talked about earlier, like, we only have it in this core area. So I'm expecting we need a second one here. And then we're actually going to need a third one down here, which is, you know, starting to eat up more chemicals. Though right now we're fine on polymers. It seems like one maintenance factory is going to be fine. I wish I could extend the range of what these drones do, but I cannot. We'll keep it on 4 times speed. And honestly, I don't mind getting a... Oh, look, they can share resources as long as there's a line connecting them, which is really good. So we'll do this. This will give us some pretty optimal coverage. We can up the building limits and stuff like that. We just need to finish our expansion first. And that's going to take a lot of power, which is a bit annoying. Actually, this is... I mean, now that I'm looking at my structure limit, I am a little bit more concerned about finding iron in a close enough radius to us. And, like, right now, I don't actually have anything happening that is putting up the heat. Like, I could build a spaceport, and I'm pretty sure then we can start doing some space technology things. I just forget if the spaceport is actually needed right now, or if it's more of kind of a late game thing. I think that for now, I should probably build it, but we are instead going to take a minute and put a scanner down. And after that scanner's down, I'm just going to build another solar facility, because we're going to keep going that way. Zooming out, we can see we found another silicon. That's grand. I do like clicking on it. That's a massive silicon. Look at this. Deep vein. So we can't even extract from it because it's yellow. So it's a deep vein. Oh, this one's shallow though. Okay, but we need a drilling plant. So the yellow ones we don't have the technology yet to do. We're pretty sure we unlock it once we've successfully done our next piece. I do know that we are at here, let me show my traffic again. We are at our drone level right now, but I don't actually want to produce another drone right now. I'm worried about using up my structure space. I mean, I do want to produce another drone. I just want to produce it all the way out here. And that is getting trickier. Because we can't build that structure until we've completed a structure of road preempting it. So we can't build these until this is done. So I'm kind of just daisy chaining these constructions. But overall, I think that my drones are doing pretty good. The active drone count is staying high and healthy. This is ready to produce at a moment's notice. I say that, but it is completely empty of resources. That's kind of scary. We do need more iron. I'm just looking to see, like, is this one immediately being emptied every time? Like, do my bots? Yeah, my bots know how important the iron is. In fact, I'm pretty sure I can click on it. Shallow vein, 94%. It's because it takes that 6% time to come and pick things up. Just double checking the maintenance. That's good. Maintenance takes so much to, like, energy is what scares me. So I'm wondering about these facilities down here. Core maintenance, 20 megawatts. Like, it's a lot. But we are going to be expanding this way, so we are going to need it one way or the other. Just looking at my, like, this structure limitation is going to balloon and go crazy. I know there's a trigger for it in the game. I guess we need to do it with, like, we just didn't start anywhere near any of these curiosities, and I'm pretty sure they actually give you stuff. I guess the research outpost does need scientists, so maybe what we do need to do, I'm just looking at our factories. We're not looking to build any of that. We're not looking to build any of this. I think we have to start with the spaceport. And the spaceport requires a lot of things, but we definitely want it near the core of our base. And we'll see what types of projects we can do. Some sort of like asteroid hauling and other things like that. It should be pretty quick to build because all our resources can be kind of pulled locally. I think that's steel that we need. Which I'll give it the express, you know, take care of this. It's actually pulling steel away from this maintenance facility and resources to make this get finished faster. I'm okay with that because this is important to have maintenance facility, but we have quite a bit of time before that's important. I'd really like to see what the options are from the spaceport. And how to increase our structure limit. I like that you can see how many we have of all these things. The scanner is done, right? Yep. So if we take a quick peek, we is scanning. Oh, a deep vein of carbon, but like a ton of it. So we need that higher technology to get at that, but like it's good to know that we are going to have such a plentiful resource near our industrial capacity, because you know that later on in the game we're going to be like planet spanning colony, and we're still going to be using this as one of our production bases, and we'll be trying to bring resources to it instead of tearing down the production base and bringing that to the resources, because eventually those resources are going to deplete as well. So it's just a little bit easier to kind of create a better transportation system and bring the resources to different manufacturing hubs. Or do some of the production on site. So then instead of, like let's look at some of these production trees here. Like, you need 2 silicon to make 1 glass. So if you have a bunch of silicon mines, like out and about, like down here, for instance, maybe you make the glass kiln here so that you're just creating the glass on site, and then you're shipping half of the units of resources, right? Though I'm not sure how easy shipping glass is without it breaking, but I'm sure we can figure it out. Similarly, like some of these other ones here require carbon and iron, so like it's a little bit harder to do that manufacturing on site if you need multiple resources. What does the polymer factory need? Carbon as well. So this is good though. We're expanding and we're scanning. We still have quite a ways to get into that presumably iron-rich location. And then from that location, we need to haul the resources back. So I'm thinking that hopefully this is going to give us something better to do. Sorry for all these map overlays here. We do need 1 more steel. Like, apparently we have it. Let's look at our traffic. We do have some very busy roads. Road saturation 100%. But the drones themselves aren't overloaded. 14 drones seems to be a very healthy amount for us. Aha, there we go. So we have now finished the spaceport. And one of the building considerations for this, well, there's a bunch of things that the spaceport can do. But you go into space to do these projects. So apparently we have 12 special projects that we can do. We have 1 spaceport, and we don't have any ongoing. So we can have colonists from from Earth, don't need it. Well, we will need it. And then special satellites, because if we look at Mars, we only have access and deployment over this one area. And you can see our base kind of building in that area. So we're going to need to deploy satellites to get other sectors. Now, I don't know that getting another sector provides us with... well, first of all, let's look at that. The iron is pretty much on the border of where we can build. Okay. And that's where that red is coming in. I'd like to expand this way if possible. So how much does Sector 5 cost? SP1 or 0? That's not too bad. It's just raw resources. The parts are expensive and the electronics are expensive, but we have a stockpile. The chemical has been hard for us to do. But let's see if we can do this. And that might... Is that in... That is active. Okay. Good. Oh, Phobos. My boy. My man. So eventually we'll have other things that we can do. I don't know that we'll crash Deimos, but I'm pretty sure you can. And then you can do the Colonist Migration. I always forgot that you can, like, you can actually go and grab things from other places. All right, so that's fun. I'm pretty sure I'm missing something as to how to increase our structures capacity. Can I please come back to my base? So this is now going to get built. Perfect. And more chemicals over here is actually, like, really, really something important to us. Is that within power? It is not. So what we're going to do is expand there using a worker hub. And then once we get there, we're going to expand our energy production. It has to be in range of the road. And we're trying to keep things in range of Noctis City. And we're also trying to consider that we're trying to make it so our maintenance facility can kind of cover this whole area when the time comes. So this should be good. I'm really wondering about that structures limit. Maybe for a second. Per Aspera. structure limit. All right. Okay, so we're messed up a little bit right now. We need to get a colony going to unlock research. Now, what I'm worried about is I'm pretty sure colonists need water and food. And food needs water and chemicals. If you were water... Oh, this is a shallow. Okay. So that means that we can get one shallow vein here. And let's just do a food factory here. It sucks that the water's so far away. Oh, but it makes more sense to ship the chemicals to here. Because the colony needs both. So these are going to get placed, and then the colony. Okay. So if we need to, we'll dismantle some buildings. Namely like this one. And that'll give us our building space back, because we need to make sure that we can do some stuff. Now, let's double check. This is in progress. We've constructed it. It takes 5 months for it to get in close, and then 2 months for it to finish. Like, to set up once it gets here. 5 months transit time. That's far away. Great. So we have water coming in. We're going to have food coming in. Let's make this high priority, because it's hard for us to get the iron. We have 15... Oh, carbon. Okay. Why is this so slow? Everything else is like flying. Oh, it's because you're the deconstruction bot, I guess. Because it was like out of range of something, but now it's good. Fortuna Fosse. This is going great though. We're almost 1% scanned the planet. Very fun. We found more aluminum though. We were worried about aluminum early. Turns out we may have been worried about chemicals, but again, chemicals, at least we have places that we're expanding to. They're quite far though. I will say chemicals is probably the next thing I'm worried about. And then water. If we only have this one thing, hopefully those colonists don't... Hopefully they're not thirsty. That's all I gotta say. Hopefully they're not thirsty. Alright, so we're losing some bots. But maintenance is high priority. Bot production is high priority. And now colonies are coming in. And that means that I should be able to come out here. And then Colonist Migration. Excuse me? Oh, in progress. So this one's launching now. Okay. Very close. And then as soon as we're done this project, we didn't have to do this early. I just did it because I didn't know if it would help. Sometimes it gives you a new drop drone. But I think that you need another tech for that, basically. So once this is launched, we are going to get started on Colonist Migration. And we're going to promise them that we're going to have enough food and stuff. Okay, there's the sector. It's unlocked. Perfect. Then here, Colonist Migration. Yes, please. So this one takes a long time because it's basically, my understanding, is like 5 months of like prep and launch. Like on Earth. And then 7 months of travel. And then 5 months of landing and getting people on and whatnot and refueling. And then 7 months back. over and over and over again. It's an ongoing project. So that's good, though. We know that's coming. We're going to max speed and see if we can get those humans here. Why are you so underfunded? Oh, I just don't have power. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, we're going to use our last building slot there then. We'll make that high priority for now just to finish it. This has to be high priority. And so does food. It's one of those things where, like, if everything's high priority, nothing's high priority. But these high priority tasks are to construct. So they won't be high priority once they're complete. And honestly, the maintenance facilities are not hard to keep well stocked. Like, you should have a little bit of a resource like allocation to keeping them that way. Same thing with the bot productions. There's always one ready to go as soon as one gets decommissioned. The food and your colonies is the same. Like, come on. Like, you do not want your colonists being dead. Now, the reason it's valuable to make this high priority is because it needs chemicals, and because keeping your maintenance, your polymers keep going for this. Like, I don't want this polymer factory to eat all of the chemicals that are here. They can wait for the chemicals to get here. This bad boy needs the chemicals now because we need to make that sweet GMO food. I called this Terraforming Mars. Here we are, 2 episodes in, and we are definitely building a colony. It's the first step. We're playing the Tharsis playthrough. We kind of started Mining Guild, where you jump down, you place some mines, you get some resource allocations, you do a building industries, and now we're doing Tharsis, where it's like we got to build our colony. It's not as fancy a dome as you would think, but it's fine. Sorry. Oh, and yeah, we use blimps. I don't know how we use blimps. They're like air hovercraft things, but how does that work when you have like 0 bar? I don't know. Let's take a peek on our space exploits. Migration, transit to Mars. We're on the way. Please don't go into Sector 7. I do think that the story mode does put you in Sector 7. This area looks familiar to me. And then you grow into all the different directions. What mountain's this? Oh, Elysium is the one on its own. I wonder. Nah, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I do love when you zoom out though and you just look at your planet and like you just see this like network of roads and activity and stuff. Like, come on, Elon, get on it. Get on it. So this is happy. What is it? It's probably unhappy because it doesn't have any output or inputs, but it's fine because it has tons of bots ready to go. Hey, colonists are here. New colonist arrival. Special project complete. I didn't know we had a special project, to be honest. Provide technical assistance to the project. Research project. Yeah. Colonies will migrate internally. Purpose-built airships to colonies and research outposts. Can naturally increase or decrease from time to time. As some colonists have children or peacefully decay on the planet. So what we need first is building limit plus 100. Love it. So now we have, and that is engineering. So we have 3 tabs of science, and you can, go here. We can develop the wind farm, extra storage. We can go into space, additional landing sites, aerobaked methane asteroids, GHG. So these take a little bit of research. Airport limit ×2 or +2. And then biotech for black polar dust. You may have heard of that card. Advanced colonies. Black polar dust. Reduce. So I don't know. What do we like more? Bioengineered lichen? Are we thinking black polar dust? Greenhouse factories? Are we thinking oxygen releasing plants? Water supply network. Extract waters from bodies. Ooh, ooh, from bodies of water. Yeah. That'd be cool, but we definitely need. Oh, look at that biotech tent city, tent, and then open city. Yo, let's go. So that's kind of fun. I do like the asteroid stuff. That seems kind of fun. Comet disintegration, space mirror array. That Soletta. Do we want to build Soletta? Oh, I do like batteries. Fission plants. I mean, wind farm. Storage center seems really good as well. Like, and it's kind of one of those lame technologies where you're like, storage? Why do we care about storage? But would make the distribution of our resources much more efficient. So that's kind of fun. So once bioengineering is done, right now we're getting 0 per month. Let's go ahead and go like high speed here. Give our... Where are they? Did they already land in the colony? Did nobody come? Where are my colonists? On Mars. Oh, they're finishing like climatizing to the planet or something. And then they're gonna take the airship over. Due in 5 years. Okay. Due in 3 years. Basically, the game doesn't know how long it's going to take yet because I haven't gotten these bad boys out yet. Come on, let's go. We have so much power. We're waiting on these buildings. We can't expand without getting these people down. Though we were expanding pretty good. This definitely put a handle on us where we're like, we need more. More, please. Though I just like going grand scale, man. And like everything's moving pretty efficiently. So clearly they're here. I missed the actual airship that took them. Obviously they're here now, but very great. So now we're getting 20, 8 per month, meaning in 16 months we're going to have our technology to build more buildings. Very good. Definitely should have started with that. Def should have started with that. We're going to get more humans here. Are we... I guess the question is... Well, a couple of questions. I can't build anything right now, so I'm like, do I put a worker hub right here to make sure the food keeps coming in? Do I build another colony? Do I... Like, we need to get to one of these curiosities to get a research outpost. And we have access to this whole band and then all the way out here. And we want to get... What is the black polar dust, right? Like, that's my question. Engineering. So we're about to get all of this. Ooh, improve roads. You know how much I love logistics. And that goes all the way to the Hyperloop. Yo, let's go. Advanced mines. Additional landing sites. I think that's what unlocks the ability to drop pod another landing site, which can be really good for aggressively expanding. Advanced colonies. Black polar dust seems like a pretty easy thing. More solar energy. It's going to cost us a lot of material though to keep producing and sending that black polar dust up there, kind of like how there's that ME reduction on the card in the board game. So I'm just being mindful. Also, I'm going to need a maintenance facility up here as soon as we have the building capacity for it. Or up to... Oh, 18 maintenance drones. Yeah. And we want to get our iron up. So there's just so many things to do. But I do think that what we want... And when I'm looking at research, is this still going? I don't think it is. We don't want to pause. So what I'm thinking is like order of operations could be the additional landing sites first, followed by back polar dust. And then what we do is with the additional landing site, we just try and drop it right in here or right near here. So that we can start building on this side and we can just connect the two loops together. So that's going to be fantastic. That's going to be cool. We're getting our scanning going. And then we want to get more people on the planet. Right now, I'm pretty sure this is recurring, right? So we need to get either more colony space, but I'm not willing to do that before getting a little bit more water and food production. So we're going to keep our eyes open for that. Anyway, I don't want this episode to go any longer than it has. It actually kind of slipped away on me. I hope you enjoyed. We're finally at the point where we're going to research a technology to terraform the planet and start implementing it and getting out of this really pre-industrial phase or only industrial phase. We got humans on the planet. That's a big undertaking. This is generational work, right? Big project. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Ciao for now.